Hello and welcome to Stateside with me, Graham Hughes, and I'm joined, as almost always, by the delectable Scott Williams. How you doing, Scott? You all right, mate?
I'm
Right?
good. I've got some feedback going on. Spare me.
Is it like you suck? Is that the feedback?
Everything okay?
I can't hear any feedback.
No. I could. You can't. You can't hear it.
Yeah. Is it gone now? Is it still there?
Yes, everything is crystal clear.
Oh, good.
Thank you very much for your time.
Was the feedback you suck? Was it? Did someone read your book and then at the end of it they just looked at you and said it lacks emotion?
That's exactly what happened.
Is that what happened? Fan-fucking-tastic. Pygmalion, thank you very much. This should be the Death Watch, says Pygmalion. That sounds like a threat. What have I done to you, Pygmalion? Well, thank you for the super chat, nonetheless. The Death Watch for Trump. Is he dying?
I don't know. I keep seeing these little things online. I've been like, what the fuck is going on?
Is it not copium, hopium, lopium?
Hopium.
Dopium. Thank you very much, Pygmalion. And you have reminded me that the time has come for me to enter a super chat, man. Sorry we were late there. We were having a natter. It wasn't a technical problem until we started, and then we had a technical problem with feedback. But no, we were just having a little catch up because we haven't seen each other for 2 days.
Yeah, that's about right, actually. Yeah.
Good shit, man.
2 days. Yeah.
It was nice seeing you in real life instead of through me little
really
fucking screen here. You know, have a bit of human connection for a change.
And now you're kind of looking down the looking glass. Really, is just like a room which you have. What literally then now there's YouTube videos of you in this room.
Yes.
Going through my record collection.
Yes. And sniffing out the classics.
Yeah, Kiss. You got the Kiss records.
It is. Awesome. Before we crack on, Chris C is saying, breaking news, a Lord source has said there's no intention at the moment to strip Mandelson of his peerage. What, Lord's cricket ground? What are they playing at? All right, well, listen, if you'd like to join our friends in the chat over here, right? All you have to do, if you haven't done it before, we'll guide you through it. We'll ease you in very gently. Step 1, press the subscribe button. Step 2, wait for 1 minute. Step 3, write what you want to write in there, but don't be a dick. If you're a dick, there's like an automatic dick meter and it doesn't show your message. And so you write, and it doesn't tell you until you've written your message. And then it goes, nah, you're a dick, and doesn't let you have it. Sometimes it does it when you're not a dick. Sometimes it is a dick. But the thing is, it deletes your fucking message. It's really annoying. So what you want to do, right? If you're writing something that might be construed as a little bit contentious, all you need to do is Control A, Control All, right, to grab it all, and then Control C, so you've copied it to your clipboard before you send it, just in case you need to change a word from die to unalive. Now, talking of people dying, is Jeffrey Epstein dead, Scott? Is he dead? Because I don't remember this much fuss over a dead person who died years ago since Princess Diana died, when she all died. Princess dead. Father Ted dead. Princess died.
I literally thought that exact same thing yesterday.
What?
Like, what you just said, I thought exactly the same thing. I have never seen so much talked about one dead person, except for maybe Princess Di.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's mad, isn't it?
Non-stop.
Yes.
Sorry, I've got some salad in my fucking.
Oh, nice. What you want to do is pick your teeth. Give us a big yawn. Maybe pick your nose. Get some wax out your ear and then put it in your mouth. Because we all know how good that tastes, don't we, kids?
No, gross.
What? I'm the gross one now, am I? I see.
I'm picking some food.
I see what it's like. Anyway, Saz, who is beautiful and delightful, has dropped £2 into the Super Chat fund, kicking off our Confetti fund for Diz. Who I met Diz. You met Diz. We went to the pub, didn't we? So I was a bit drunk. Did you meet Diz? Or had Diz gone by then?
I don't know. Which one was Diz?
Diz was the woman with the long hair.
Did not meet Diz.
Long curly hair. The fabulous long curly hair.
I met two older
She was the
gentlemen.
Hermione of our gang. She was like the brains of the operation. I was just the ginger one who walks around doing this. And calls it acting. Sorry, that was a diss on Rupert Grint there. I don't mean that. Man. Us gingers got to stick together, except for Ed Sheeran, little crazy singing hobbit.
Anyway. So the what was I going to say was I met two older gentlemen who were actually just as drunk as you. I don't even think they told me their names. And if they did, I don't remember them. I'm so sorry. You guys were all wasted except for Yuri Nefektikov, who was not as drunk as you guys.
Oh, okay. I was pretty wasted.
You were off your face.
I had half a glass of Baby Sham. I was twatted.
You were drunk.
Yeah.
I think my favorite line you said to me was, you went, "I love you," and I said, "I love you too," and you went, "Do you really?"
That was pretty cool. Do you know what though? I wanted. Do you know what I forgot? I forgot that Aid had a narrowboat. So we should have had a narrowboat party. We all just jumped on his narrowboat. Aid Thompson had hired a narrowboat for the night to sleep on, which is the maddest thing. It's that like, okay, I'm going to a gig in London. Do you know what I need? I need a canal barge. Yeah. Get me the finest canal barge in Londinium.
It's really not that close to Islington either. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. Whatever. Did he make it to the boat? Okay.
Thank you. Very kind of you.
I thought I heard a door. Did he make it? Did he make it to the boat? Okay.
Coffee. No. He fell in the water. He fell in the canal. He's dead. He's dead, Scott. He drowned horribly. Like Jack at the end of Titanic. He just slipped beneath the waves. That's why you shouldn't get really drunk and stay on a narrowboat. I know Aid's our mate and everything, or was our mate, but you know, Darwin Awards are calling there, I reckon. It's like going, let's have a stag do in a minefield. Yeah. You're like, no. Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that. You'll die. You'll totally die. Unless you're Sisu. Anyway, so Scott, no, I'm lying. Aid is perfectly fine. Do not concern yourselves. He is out and about and making jokes about his dad's balls.
So as normal as per usual.
So what I've done, I've been very clever and split our politics social group on WhatsApp into two groups. Politics, where we talk about politics, and social, where we talk about Aid's dad's balls. The reason for this is that beautiful, awesome, incredible people who are really concerned about the state of the world, like Hannah and Rachel, would post something about what was happening in Gaza or what rights were being taken away by trans people, and then the next message... It
all turned into a massive fucking joke.
It would all turn into a big joke about how much we all wanted to bum Aid's dad. Yeah. So we've split them into two now, so we can still have the group where we just make jokes, but basically, Aid's dad's balls are no longer going to be rubbing up against genocide.
That's good.
Oh, that sounds wrong, doesn't it? Oh, now that came out my mouth. Oh, that's Sorry, can we just rewind the tape? Can we get rid of that? Oh, it's live, isn't it? Anyway, should we talk about Epstein then? The man who won't die. He just won't fucking die.
Just won't leave us alone.
Anyway, so the infrastructure that made him powerful, it is still there. It is still very, very much there. His usefulness wasn't mystique. It was the services he provided in his underage sex dungeons. He provided introductions, favors, money pipelines, compromat, which is compromising material, that you film or you take pictures of, and then you get people who are powerful to do what you want them to do because you say, I've got that video of you doing that awful thing to that person. And access to powerful circles, you know? And it's what I say all the time. I've said it already today when I did my morning show. Of course I said it today. I did a 3-hour show, Scott. I went on for 3 hours this morning, yeah. There wasn't much I didn't say, but one of the things I did say was it's not what you know, it's not who you know, it's what you know about who you know. And Epstein had the shit on everyone. Had the shit on everyone. And it's all kicking off. So, you know, this isn't just celebrity gossip. This is really a stress test, isn't it? Of whether we can hold the rich and the powerful to account. But as Chris C's just said, they're not even going to strip Lord Mandelson of his lordship, which is the least they could do. They took the prince title away from what's his chops? Andrew, that's the one. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. He got his title taken off him. So what's so special about Mandelson? He lied. He said that he wasn't friends with Epstein after he knew about what happened. And he totally was. Or he pretended he didn't know what happened. I don't know. But Mandelson has been reported to the Metropolitan Police by the SNP. I think Labour should have done it. Seriously. How much better would it look if Labour did that and said, right, we're reporting you in. We're dobbing you in for being a fucking weirdo. What do you reckon?
I'm sure, you know, there'll be something somewhere. Again, I'm in my self-involved depression, so I'm paying attention.
So you don't give a fuck
to the news.
That's fair enough.
Too much.
Do you want me to just talk at you and you can nod and go, yes, Graham, that's very sage. Yes, oh wise one. Your words carry so much weight.
It's more. It's more of when I knew that they had released 3 million fucking pieces of paper.
Yeah.
And I guess the press is slowly sifting through all of it, and there's videos, if I'm not mistaken, and photographs.
Yeah.
What we saw, and I know there's a photograph of Andrew. He is on the floor with some lady. And then I heard somewhere that all the pictures of Donald Trump were redacted. Purposely blacked out by the DOJ. So that's something I heard. That's kind of the crux of what I know. Sorry, I haven't done the research that is required of me to be the co-host of the show tonight.
No, that's fine. That's fine, because I can bring it back around. I'll just tell you what's happened, right? Because we're getting some info from the chat, which I haven't been privy to because I didn't see it before I did this. Apparently, do you know who's getting the blame for Mandelson being... So Mandelson's been accused of taking British secrets. There's nothing to do with the assault of children, right? This is him taking British secrets from the British government in 2009 when he was working for the then Labour government of the UK, taking what they were doing under Gordon Brown and reporting to Epstein and getting instructions off Epstein, a foreign billionaire who by then had served time in jail for abusing children. He was telling Mandelson to say things to get this these tax exemptions for bankers and all this kind of shit. Don't forget,
that's crazy. And I think I saw something on the news about that just now.
Who's getting fingered, not in a good way, for bringing Mandelson back in? Morgan McSweeney.
The man we kind of really all want to get rid of.
Yeah, kind of. There's no kind of to it, Scott. We want him gone. We want him out of here. We want to just put him in a big wicker phallus and set it on fire, launch it into the sea.
Because he's the one that we have the problem with. I think he's the one that's keeping labor sort of
stupid and
center
useless.
right. Yeah, center right,
and terrible comms, because he seems to be a megalomaniac, a maniac.
I mean, oh my God, when you talk about terrible comms, you know what I think about every time is Labour's social media.
Oh no, don't!
Oh God,
painful.
It is the cringiest bullshit I've ever seen.
I know.
The Facebook posts.
Do you know what it's like? Do you know what it's like? Is when you're scrolling through social media and someone puts a picture of an animal that's been abused, and you're like, "Oh God, that's horrible," and it just puts you in a bad mood for the rest of the year. That's what Labour. That's how bad Labour comms are.
We're doing this today, and I'm like, "Oh, fuck off! This is crazy."
Fucking hate it.
And it's done on with Facebook. They put the little colored background up, and then they try to put just the words in the box, and I'm just like,
McSweeney's gotta go.
Is doing this.
He's gotta go.
I want to write a comment and go, whoever you are, you need to be fucking fired. You suck so hard. You suck at this. When I see the videos have been cringe, and all of it needs to be changed. There needs to be a completely different approach to social media. Completely different, because they're not actually targeting it to sort of the younger generation in any way, shape, or form. It's being targeted to the older people. And that's why I guess it's so much more on Facebook. I don't really see it on Instagram, or I don't really use Twitter, X or whatever anymore. So, but fucking hell, it's diabolical.
It's so bad. It pains me.
So
it pains
horrible.
me.
I'm just like, shut the fuck up.
Do you know what though? It's like watching
full
someone.
Of comments just going, "You all suck." Huh?
Yeah, it's like watching someone doing something that you know how to do really badly and really slowly, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can just look at it and go, "Please stop." Anyway, I'm not going to say please stop to Tim Ballum, because Tim Ballum has just dropped a super chat in the super chat fund, a big £5 super chat. Thank you. We like a fiver because it folds. We like the stuff that jingles, but we like the folds even better. The FBI took the insurance policy tape, hard drives, and prints. It was a safe full of just one property. Meanwhile, Band of Hard Jap says it's an ecumenical matter, which is fair enough. Statute of limitations passed on some of the crimes, which is really shit. Why is there a statute of limitation on crimes? Why does that exist? Why?
Because I think if you do something that's actually kind of minor, not like a misdemeanor, you can't be just pulled up on it 20 years later. You know what I mean? I think that's the point of it.
Yeah.
But I think if it's like a federal or sort of like in America, federal, or I don't know. Like, can you do someone for raping somebody 30 years ago? I personally think maybe yes, but you would have to.
Absolutely.
It would
absolutely,
be
100%.
So difficult to prove it.
No, this has happened. Historic sexual offences. In the UK, I don't think the statute of limitations are quite what they are in the US. And the only reason why they existed in the US and why they're so short, especially in case of child rape, is because of the fucking Catholic Church that lobbied and lobbied and lobbied the government to say, well, if it's been 5 years, after you raped a 7-year-old, well,
surely they've repented.
Yeah, surely enough time has passed for not to matter anymore. Unbelievable, mate. So yeah. Don't forget that. But yeah, One Angry Pogan wants to know if we're in the reign of Nero, Caligula, or Commodus. But I think it's all three. Nero, because that's Trump fiddling while fucking the White House burns. You got Caligula, who was mad and made his donkey as a 5-star general or something. That's something that Trump has done with Pete Hegseth. And then Commodus, he was the guy out of fucking what's that movie called? Gibraltar or something? Braveheart? No, Gladiator. That's the one. He was the baddie in that. He wasn't killed in the gladiatorial arena in real life. He was poisoned and he puked it up, and then he was strangled in the bath by his wrestling partner, whose name was Narcissus, by the way. I think Trump is all three. Roll into one, and with any luck, JD Vance will take care of him in the bath. Hey, Bath. Do you watch South Park? Hey, Bath.
Yes, I have been missing it recently, though. What I probably need to do is sit down and catch up with all of them. Just do an afternoon in bed watching the lot. What I probably should do.
Right. Okay. So
you don't want to bring up the jokes now because you think it just doesn't really matter.
No. Sorry, I moved on to something else in my head. Sorry.
Yeah.
They've made him. What's the name of this actor? I'm trying to find out what this. Oh, why does it have to ask me every time if I want to go to the site or not? There he is. He was. Yeah. He. Oh my God! Just kill me now. Sorry. I've. Scott.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it looks like you're doing there, yeah?
I'm sorry, it's my legs. It's an anxiety thing.
Keep your legs going. Just keep your hands here where we can see them.
I'm sorry, my hand was in my pocket. It was in my pocket.
Don't get that excited. Oh, I'm turning up my camera so you won't be able to look at me anymore. Fantasy Island. Fantasy Island with the guy from Knick Knack. The guy who played Knick Knack in The Man with the Golden Gun. He was in a show called Fantasy Island where he played a character called Tattoo, and he was Mr. Rourke's assistant. And what they've done on South Park is they've made it like they've made the JD Vance character like Tattoo in Fantasy Island, which is a bit of a deep cut because I think most people who watch South Park won't have a fucking clue what that is or what they're referring to. But there you go.
Yeah, that is a deep cut. I don't get it.
Someone was asking a question. Oh, did I meet Aid's dad? No, but I met Hannah's dad. Hannah's dad. He took me for a ride.
I'm sure he did.
Hey, so that was quite fun. Hi Mark, if you're watching. Thank you very much.
Hello.
No, Aid's dad. I don't know. Could you imagine if we got Aid's dad into?
Do you know who I want to meet? I want to meet Hannah's brother.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you see a photo of him and fall in love?
A little bit.
A little bit.
He's kind of gorgeous. And that's so fucked up. Like, how can two of them just come out so beautiful? It's ridiculous. Two of these children just came out. They're both stunning. So yeah. It's
just, I don't know, look at the draw, innit?
Yeah, look at the draw indeed.
Look at the draw.
Do dirty things to her brother. Go on.
Yeah. Chris is saying the UK. I've got to ask you to keep your hands up here because I'm seeing you out the corner of my eye. It's really distracting. The UK has a statute. That's good. Statute of limitations on criminal prosecutions of summary offences. Usually have a 6-month limit, but no time limit exists for serious indictable crimes. Yeah. So in the UK, we don't have the same sort of thing in America, but for a very, very long time. In fact, the only reason why the historic sex abuse cases were brought against Trump, most notably E.G. and Carroll's, was because they scrapped the statute of limitations. They had a 1-year amnesty where you could bring in a case against someone who had done something to you in the past.
Well, there was just some random amnesty.
Yeah. But no, not like it was the opposite of an amnesty, because it was like, no, you can get them now. Yeah, they had like a 1-year window where you could accuse someone of a historic sex attack, and then the full force of the law could be launched. Well, you could bring a civil case, I think.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, mate. We live in a crazy world, but yeah, you can thank the Catholic Church for that. Do you know what else you can thank the Catholic Church for? Periods.
How does that work?
Well, when they developed the mini pill, as they called it in the 1960s, it was supposed to be taken every day, and you would never have a period again. But then the Catholic
I had
Church
no idea
said,
that was a
we're
thing
not
that
going
even
to
existed.
support that because women need to be miserable and have a terrible time and they need to bleed for a week every month. Otherwise, the baby Jesus will be very sad or something. I don't know. So it became standardized for the mini pill for you to either take a placebo for a week or not take it at all. And that was to placate the Catholic Church. And did the Catholic Church come on board with it? Did they fuck? It was a bit like when Pizarro kidnapped the Inca king and said, I want a room full of gold. So the Incas got all the gold together in the kingdom and gave it him a room of gold. And he killed the Inca king anyway. And like, why did you do that? So even to this day, because some people think it's healthier to have an abortion, a period, well, an abortion, I guess, but to have a period each month when the reality is your chances of getting certain cancers go up if you take the pill or you get a Nexplanon implant or something. But the fact that you're having a period each month basically raises other kind of cancer problems, particularly ovarian cancer and breast cancer, because your cells are dividing, and every time your fucking cells divide, there's a chance something can go wrong. So you want to kind of like slow down that whole cell division thing as much as you can, within reason. But yeah, that's the story of why women have periods. It's the Catholic Church. Well, in this day and age. So there you go.
So in theory, if they hadn't gotten involved, the women of the world could all be taking one pill a day and never get a period again.
Yeah. Which was more like it was back in the Bronze Age, because women, once they were able to give birth, gave birth on average once a year. And while you're breastfeeding, you don't necessarily have periods. So this is great. As I'm teaching a gay man about women.
So you
could go for years without actually having a standard period because of just the lifestyle.
I had no idea. Yeah. I had no idea that was the thing that
true story. But back then, half your kids will fucking die. There was Queen Anne of Britain, right? She got pregnant 18 times, Scott, and not one of her children made it past their 5th birthday. She was the richest woman in Britain. So that's how that was the medicine that some people in this country want to go back to. Let's do the natural. Fuck nature. Nature wants you dead.
Yeah, people don't realize that. Like back in the day, loads of children would die of all sorts of. Well, there's also medical advancement. All children would die of all sorts of diseases that we now, vaccinate for, or even the common cold. You know what I mean? Yeah, that could kill you.
Chris is saying you can also thank the Catholic Church for the movement in the USA to remove books that deal with puberty, sexuality, and gender from public and school libraries. And this is really grim because there have been stories of children, like this is across the world, young girls who have not been taught about periods, who have killed themselves because they don't know what the fuck's going on, and they live in a society, in a community that don't talk about it. Their mothers don't talk about what's happening to their bodies because they see it as, it makes baby whatever your god is fucking cry. So yeah, no one to replace Starmer currently, says Liam, who's keeping up with current events. Everyone should have the right to their own body on autonomy, says Liam. Yes, couldn't agree more, mate. Yeah, and we are not products, pets, possessions, or assets. We are human beings with a soul and full of life. Couldn't agree more, matey. 100%. Did you see what Mitch put on our group today?
No.
I'm trying to find it. Do you know what I shouldn't have done? I shouldn't have split it into 2 groups because I'm finding it hard to find now.
Your ADHD brain went mental yesterday and started doing all sorts of stuff.
What did I do yesterday?
But just with the changing of all the chats and all of that.
And the graphics, changed all the graphics.
Yeah. It changed.
So it wasn't a red rose anymore. It was a multicolored rose to represent the parties of the left. Did you see that? That was Pranay's idea.
Yeah, I did.
Thanks, Pranay. That was good call. All right, I can't see on it. I know he put it on Facebook as well. So I'm going to look him up on Facebook. Mitch Ban. But yeah, now we've got India Willoughby in our group as well, by the way. So
do we?
Yeah. Love India. She's been on the show a couple of times. I think she did an episode of the Intersection a couple of years ago.
I had no idea that she had ever done any of that.
Yeah.
I like her a lot,
with
actually.
Rachel. No, she's really good.
Ah, cool.
Mitch Ben said, saw a meme today of some guy saying the planet Earth is a resort for around 500 very rich people. The rest of us are just staff. Thought it over and realized it's worse than that. Most of us are staff, but the most vulnerable and helpless of us are the buffet. He's not wrong, is he?
No, it's not. It's not wrong at all. And yeah, I've had a bit of a downturn in my mental health this weekend.
Oh, so I should be telling you cheery things.
Yeah, like I'm just
be sitting here opening fortune cookies.
Maybe fucking doing myself off would be a good idea. I mean, it's all
you will meet a stranger.
I will meet a stranger.
Good fortune is forecast. I could just sit here and make up fortune cookie shit.
You could do that, yeah. But yeah,
how about live, life, laugh? Oh, do you know what? Do you know what? If I was suffering from my mental health, right? If I was suffering with depression, and someone sent me like something to stick on the wall that said "Live, life,
love." Live, laugh, love.
That'll probably tip me over the edge.
Oh my god, that would be the end of my world. I'm like, oh, fuck off.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Fuck off. I'm done. I gotta go.
Here. I'm out. I'm out of here.
I gotta go.
Taxi for one.
Yeah, literally. Right off. Anybody who paints that on their fucking wall, fuck you. How dare you?
Imagine if you went into someone's house.
I have been in people's
and
houses.
You saw that on the wall, and you just looked at them and went, fuck you, and then just like walked out.
I gotta go. I mean,
and they're standing there in the room, not knowing what they've done. They got no clue. You just say, "Fuck."
That they suck. That they suck as a person. They don't even know that they suck so much as a person. You just leave them to wonder what the fuck they did wrong, and then all you can just go like. And when they ask, you can just go, live, laugh, love.
Could be written on your grave. Could be written on your grave.
Fuck off. Anybody who puts wording on their walls in their house, I think is kind of weird.
Hey, Hannah does that. She's got a sign that says that didn't go as fucking planned.
They're different because they're crochets of wording, right?
No, it's just posters. It's just posters on the wall.
The posters are different. The posters.
There's one that says "How about no?" There's one that says
"Fuck off, fucking something." Yeah, I've seen that one.
They're like demotivational posters.
Yes, which is brilliant.
Which I like because they actually motivate me.
Yeah.
Must be my ADHD.
Maybe, but what I'm talking about when they paint it on the wall.
Yeah.
Don't paint words on your walls in your house, guys. Please stop it. No one wants a poem on the fucking wall. Fuck off.
What about tattoos? What about a tattoo of love, life, laugh?
Live, laugh, love.
That one, yeah. Or eat, pray, love.
Eat, pray.
Or there's a woman on TikTok, and she's boss, and she's a Chinese woman who just translates like Chinese symbols that people have tattooed on their skin. And they're freaking hilarious. Half of them are, I don't speak Chinese. Literally half of them are, I don't speak Chinese. And you're like, what the fuck? Did you not check? Is there no internet? Like, how did you not? Some guy had the word leg written on his leg. And it was just like, looking at it going, what the? What? Because he must have gone in to the Chinese tattoo parlor and just pointed at his leg. And they're going, what do you want? He's like, leg? You know, my leg here, leg. He just wrote it on.
Well, no, it's not even so much that. I mean, the people that do these flashes, you know, because that's what it would be. It would be like in a book, flash tattoos where they can, you know, choose a design.
Yeah,
that could be the actual tattooist's way of fucking with people. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I love this like line of Chinese script. This is brilliant. What does it say? Well, it means to start to live is to continue to live. You know, some bullshit, right? And then they sit down. It actually means my dad farted.
Brown cow, but it's upside down.
Yeah. It means something terrible like that.
Toilets this way.
I mean, that's funny. I'm going to have to find this girl's TikTok because I'll probably sit there and laugh.
I'll send it to you over to you. I'll follow her. She's great. She's done a stack of videos because there are so many dodgy tattoos out there. Tim Ballum, thank you very much for the £2 super chat, Graham. Those translation videos are great. The woman who does it is really deadpan as well when she says she'll say it in Chinese and in Mandarin, and then she'll say it in English. It's brilliant. Elle is saying, I got 4 Chinese tattoos. I looked them up myself first. Yeah, good plan. Good plan, Elle.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. You can't just go, like I said, if people that go into tattoo shops and
trust me, bro. Trust me, bro.
Yeah, could you imagine? Can you imagine if that's what it said? That the fact that someone actually has a tattoo on their leg, it just says leg. That's fucked up. That is a joke in itself, right? You couldn't write that. It's a beautiful
thing. Okay, so getting back to the news. Sorry, we do have to talk about it a little bit, Scott. It's why they pay us the big bucks. Thank you very much to Tim there for the super chat. Yeah, so Mandelson resigned from the Conservative Party. I think he should have been kicked out, but whether he resigned or was kicked out, he's gone. Bit too late for my liking. As soon as it came out in the first tranche of emails that he had obviously been having associations with Jeffrey Dahmer. Sorry, Epstein. He should have. I think we talk about Dahmer less, in fact. But he lost his job as the US ambassador, the British ambassador to the US.
Instantly.
He lost his job, and at that point, he should have been kicked out the Labour Party. That's when they should have had the courage of the convictions to say, no, piss off. Leaving him in the party looks a bit Tory. Looks a bit Boris Johnson. Looks a bit pincher by name, pincher by nature. Doesn't it? Doesn't it? So, yeah.
Well, no, I think we do have to ask the question, is there any allegations or proof of sexual misconduct perpetrated by Peter Mandelson?
No, but emails suggest that
it's guilt by association.
That's not the crime. That's not the crime here.
Oh, is it the secrets?
Emails suggesting that internal government information was shared with Epstein during the financial crisis. And don't forget, Epstein was a banker, right? A foreign banker. Material suggested Mandelson tried to influence the policy of the British government on the bonus tax, the banker's bonus tax, following a direct request from Epstein to look at it. Documents also purporting to show payments from accounts linked to Epstein to accounts connected to Mandelson and his husband. And Mandelson disputes he says he's got no recollection of this. But it does look like some quid pro quo has been going on here. Like, money has been paid to Mandelson. He was tight with the Labour government who were in charge at the time, with Gordon Brown, and he was telling a foreign billionaire banker who also by then had a conviction for abusing children. He was telling him what our government were planning to do. Stuff that we weren't allowed to know in this country. But he found out.
That should be a crime.
He should go to jail. That's it. 10 years. If you're going to get 10 years for collaborating with the Yanks, what about collaborating with the pedo? Should be fucking 200 years. He should spend the rest of his life behind bars. Never mind losing his lordship. He should lose his fucking liberty as well. If you're not mad about this, I don't know what to do. You know. And Darren Jones, who I've got a bit of time for, but he's just been a bit shit recently because he keeps getting pushed out in the middle of these Labour fucking disasters, and then he can't answer the question. When Trump he stole the president of Venezuela, and it was Darren Jones who went out the next day and had to sit there in front of all these different journalists, and they kept on asking, like, did he break the law? Did Trump break the law? Was that against international law? And he couldn't just say yes. And it made him look really dodgy. It made him look... Best thing you can do if you're a politician, keep your gob shut. And if they say, hey, do you want to go and talk to the press about this terrible thing that you just can't justify? Don't do it. Because all it's doing is knackering your chances of becoming leader in the future. Because everyone's going to go, oh, I think that guy's untrustworthy. And you're making a load of video clips, will never die, of you coming across as untrustworthy. Maybe that's why Darren Jones was brought on board in number 10. Hiddenite says, we're mad and Mandelson makes the rest of us gays look bad. Well, no,
this is another thing that I have an issue with, right? We are focusing so heavily on Peter Mandelson, and I wonder as to whether we wouldn't be focusing so hard on him if not the fact that he is a homosexual.
I think in this case, yes, we would, because he took.
I hope so.
This isn't a sexual thing necessarily, although there is this picture going around of him in his fucking underwear. I don't know what's happening there. But as far as we know, it looks like there was a discussion between him and Jeffrey Epstein, and we have the emails saying this is what's going on with the government policy of the United Kingdom that I am privy to information to. He signed the Official Secrets Act, and the penalty for breaking the Official Secrets Act that it looks like Mandelson has done. It doesn't matter whether he's gay or not. In fact,
no, of course not. But
Trump,
I'm just
Elon Musk, all these other motherfuckers. They're not gay.
It's very easy to almost think that there's a targeting because of the press. It's an easy target for the press.
I think in cases like Philip Schofield, definitely. But not. I think in this because there's more of a sort of political angle. It's not necessarily.
It is definitely. It's like like there's definitely something wrong that's happened there.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if he's gay or not.
But I completely understand how the community's let down, because it's like if a trans person does something really shit, it reflects on everyone who's trans, or a Muslim does something awful somewhere in the world. Suddenly, every single one of the 1.5 billion Muslims around the world are all tarred with the same fucking brush. So I do get that.
And especially when there's a stereotype, not so much a stereotype because sometimes stereotypes are true. There's a trope, a homophobic trope that automatically homosexuals are kitty fiddlers, and then so you see when we talk about the connection between Mandelson and Jeffrey Epstein, who we know was a pedophile, that's where the lines can get a little blurred out.
Yeah,
because then it's, well, of course he was hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein, he's gay, and that's where a lot of that sort of trope can come from, and that's always concerning to me because I think the whole point of being gay is that half of us don't even like kids, like, but more in the sense of we're just like anybody else. I mean, we find adults attractive.
To go back in history, though, so many men who were not attracted to women ended up becoming priests. And that's got a whole, that kind of repression of people's sexuality that went on for centuries. And it's very frustrating because we have these periods of history or communities, civilizations even, where being gay is fine. And then it just all, it pings back and suddenly, oh no, they're gay, oh, they're doing bad things. And it's just...
my friend always had... my friend in America, she told me this many, many years ago, a theory that she had. And I kind of stick by the theory in a way. I think you're always going to have people who are completely straight and people who are completely gay. There's always going to be... I think that her theory was, if it wasn't for the church, we would have the minority of people would be the people who are strictly heterosexual or strictly gay, and that everybody else would be bisexual.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah, so the heterosexuality would be the difference in society, because everybody else would just kind of have it off with whoever they fancied a little bit, you know what I mean? And it wouldn't be seen as something that was bad.
Yeah.
Not saying that heterosexuality would be seen as something that's bad, because heterosexuality creates life, but also, or homosexuality, because, gay people can be gay is fine. But I think the whole world and what's molded,
I think it's
the sort of tribes is
on the Kinsey scale. The Kinsey scale,
yeah,
it's a bell curve, I think. In fact, Liz has just said the Kinsey scale is really absolutely.
yeah.
But there's these stories in history, especially about the Spartans, the people who were with Alexander the Great, Persians, and also, like, as far as we know, Hadrian, the emperor for whom Hadrian's Wall is named after, was totally out and gay and had a man as his consort, and he named a city in Egypt after his consort, after his essentially his husband. Just wasn't interested in women, and that was just accepted. But we go through these periods in time, and it's usually derived from some sort of religion. Because don't forget, it's not just we rag on Catholicism, but it's a lot of religions that punish people for being gay. In fact, in the countries in the world where they still put people to death for being gay, you've got the Sunni Muslims in Saudi Arabia, and then you got the Shia Muslims in Iran doing the same thing.
And you could argue you have the fundamentalist Christians who sometimes have committed crimes against gay people and killed them for being gay. So, whereas we talk about the Shiites and all of that, there's more of a organizational attack upon homosexuality. When we look at what happened in Africa being so there's countries in Africa that are so anti-gay, but that is based on religion, on Jesus, on the colonization of those countries by it even still happens today. American missionaries, Christian missionaries go into African countries to teach tribes about Jesus, to convert them. So, it's basically the white man's sort of colonization of those countries, and then it's bled into, society, and then you get people who are of the extreme. These people, don't exist, or they do, and they should be put to death. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. I mean, this is something that we've had to put up with as humans for a very long time.
Yeah.
Absolute gobshites being in charge and telling people what they can and can't do with their own bodies. We're not hurting anyone. Sane adults, not hurting anyone. No, you can't do that. Why not? Because I don't like it. Well, don't do it yourself then. That's fine. I find it fun. I find it enjoyable in terms of the person I'm doing it with. What the hell's it got to do with anybody else? The idea that we've got all these gobshites around the world who go around with fucking clipboards, standing at the end of the bed going, "You're doing it wrong." Fucking what?
This is what I'm saying. So everybody in the world would just be sort of bisexual. No one would bat an eyelid at whether you slept with a man or a woman at any one given time. It's religion that has caused that. And I think human beings are more predisposed to it, but we've all grown up in a society where it's been stifled.
Someone's who was it? Deer's saying, I thought Catholic priests were celibate. Well, they're meant to be, but fascinatingly enough, they weren't until about 1,000 years ago or something. Do you know why they decided? Do you know why God decided that priests had to be celibate?
No, I don't. Why?
Because the wife and kids were costing too much fucking money. It was a cost-saving measure. So they can't get married, and they have to pay to feed and house a wife and children. Yeah, that's why they did it. It was an economic measure, not an ecumenical matter, an economic matter. It was just
that's crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah. It's funny because I grew up in a household that was a bit Catholic and a bit Protestant, so I kind of got exposed to both sides of it, and it's all as far as I'm concerned, I think it's nonsense. But the things that people do, there's a great line, I think it was by Christopher Hitchens, where he said, if you can name me one good thing someone who is religious can do, but someone who's not religious can't, I'd be very impressed. And no one can really answer that. Helping the poor, helping the needy, giving your time to other people, donating a kidney, whatever it is. You can do that whether you believe or not. But then they say, name me something awful that could only be done by someone who's religious. And then you got a whole list. I mean, I don't think you get too many atheist suicide bombers out there. I mean, maybe you do. I just don't see it as unless they've done that thing that the people under the cult of Stalin did, is they just replaced their orthodox Christian God with Stalin. Anyway,
or Kim Jong-un or whatever the
Japanese did it during the war with Emperor Hirohito. One of the big concessions that the Japanese had to make was Hirohito had to say that he wasn't divine.
Divine. Yeah.
He wasn't. It's all right. I'm not God. You don't have to die for me. But the stuff that happened on those Pacific Islands, Scott, it just turns your stomach that innocent people, women and children, killed themselves rather than suffer the humiliation of being taken by the enemy because they thought that it would bring shame to the emperor, who they saw as a god.
That's crazy.
I know. Brad, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. Did you see Trump soil himself in the Oval Office? I didn't see it, but I can imagine he did because I think that it's something he does quite a lot.
Did this happen? I don't know. I have to
know. You look it up while I say thank you so much to Tim Ballon for the Covfefe. Oh, hang on. That didn't work. Do that again, shall I? Covfefe! Thank you, Tim.
Sorry, guys.
It's all floating down. It's all beautiful. Yay! So what do you say? What do you say, Scott? You're gonna if you type into Google Trump shitting himself.
I'm literally typing in. Did Trump soil himself in the? And then my options are in the. Did Trump soil himself in them? Did Trump soil himself in the game? Did Trump soil himself in the House?
Yeah.
In the White House.
In the White House, yeah.
Let's have a look. 3 days ago, Trump pooped his pants. Climate activists claim. Did Trump actually have a fecal accident on television? People are convinced that Donald Trump had an on-camera accident. So it's not uncommon for elderly individuals to lose control over their bowels. And when it comes to Grandpa having an accident from time to time, it's easy to forgive him, right? So, when it comes to the elderly President Donald Trump, we all do but laugh at the many videos that have surfaced him allegedly, pooping his pants on television.
Yeah. We've had a request from Indie Duck Mel. Yeah.
What
Scott,
do we need to do? Yes.
Please do not share the link. Thank you. Okay. That's it. The Trump pooing himself. Don't share the link.
I haven't found a video of it. That was an article.
I think it's a joke. Chill, just a joke.
I'm desperately looking for a video of it.
I don't want a video. Well, definitely don't
Donald
share that. Tim Ballum, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. You couldn't tell as he wears a nappy. Well, he does wear a nappy. You can tell that. Apparently, Trump was very audible in the Oval Office yesterday. And Hiddenite says, imagine if bisexuality was the real masculinity all along. And I think that's a corking thing to say. That
makes complete sense, actually.
Because I like this sort of hyper masculinity that they try and sell about going to the gym and getting a six pack and treating women like shit so they're really nice to you, because that happens all the time, right? I think that men who are secure and aren't freaking out every time their partner looks at someone else for 5 seconds, do you know what I mean? I think that is more of a display of maturity and masculinity and being the master of your own destiny in a way that these timid little boys who run around doing the whole machismo thing and getting really jealous all the time and just I don't know. I think Hidden Knight's got a really good point there. But then I'm biased.
I found the video. Trump audibly shits himself on TV. We'll listen to that after the show. But what I was going to say.
Save that for afters. Save that for pudding.
Our
Save
personal
that for
after show.
Pudding.
But what in saying that, a lot of people. I always say that in the gay world, the bottoms, as much as sometimes they are considered to be the most feminine. They are, they're doing something that straight men would never fucking because they would find that they perceive it to be painful, well, and it kind of is at first, but my point is that they would see that the act. I think it takes more of a man to take it up the ass than it does for someone who doesn't. Do you know what I mean? That's my.
What if you're just dead lazy? What if you're just dead lazy and you just want to lie there and let someone else do all the work?
Well,
Have you
that's
ever thought
fine.
of that? You ever just thought of laziness rather than sexuality or masculinity or femininity? Just pure, beautiful laziness.
If you're not fucking lazy, you're not going to start having sex in the first place.
I can't be. No, I just lie here and you do all the work.
And yeah.
Works for me. But yeah.
Actually, that actually happened to me kind of once before. Yeah. I was we were having sex with someone, and I had finished.
Did you have to make sure they were awake?
Yeah. I slapped him in the face, tried to get their hypnol.
Hello. Yeah. Wake up. Push back, goddammit.
But it was funny. He said to me, he goes, I really want to come. You don't have to do anything. I just want you to lie there and I want to come on your chest. And I was like,
my mum might be watching this, Scott. Can you turn
I forgot about that.
Jesus Christ. It turned into fucking Bridgerton, Anna.
But I'm just giving an example of a time when it was very lazy and I just kind of lied there and went, go on then, whatever. Do I have to help? No, you don't have to help. Brilliant.
That's it for laziness. That's it for all the lazy lovers out there. We love you all.
Sorry, Graham's mom.
And all those proactive people who actually
about here, and here.
Bother getting off their arse. Anyway, so can we go back to talking about the thing we're supposed to... We're coming up to the end of the show, and you're going to fall asleep on me. I know you are.
Yes.
Apparently the male G-spot is up the bum.
That's true.
There you go.
That is not a lie. That is a thing that is real.
Christy Noem has said that all federal agents will begin wearing body cameras on paroles. Is that so they can free up the second hand for another gun?
Right.
Because they don't have to have the... Billy Kershaw was going to do
it doesn't matter.
No Rohit, no jokes.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because whatever gets filmed, there will be a narrative that pushes it away from what you're actually seeing. Because the whole time we're being gaslit.
Yeah.
What you're seeing isn't what happened.
But
bitch. Yeah, sure.
When Renee Good was killed, right? There were 3 shots fired. She was hit. We've had the coroner's report, the autopsy, whatever.
Yeah.
She was hit 3 times, right? The picture of the windshield that we saw, where the bullet hole was, if he was in front of the car, the bullet would have gone out of the side. It would have gone into the car, and it was only about an inch from the edge. It would have gone out of the passenger window and probably hit someone behind. He was at the side of the car. He was clearly at the side of the car because that's the only way that bullet hole could have made sense for it to hit her. Which it clearly did. But they were saying, oh no, she attacked me with the car. She was trying to run me over. She wasn't. She was just
again, and that is just gaslighting. It's bullshit. We all saw exactly what happened. We all now have heard what she said.
Chris C saying wearing the body cam is one thing. Getting them to turn it on is another.
Yeah, that too.
It's a very good point. But
that's all kind of hell anyway.
Yeah, so look, we'll just quickly go through what we've got left to say about Mandelson, like national security dimension. This is not just sleaze. This is government info, sensitive government info. Let me say this very clearly to the people at the back who might be still be thinking of voting for refuck and the friends of refuck. This was passing on info to a convicted sex offender with deep elite networks, a convicted sex offender, a foreign operative who was working with the Russians. Oh my God. Like, this also hits the trusted narratives, the trusted institutions nerve. And it reopens the whole, how was he appointed? Surely someone knew about this. Why was he then appointed as the British ambassador to the US? That seems like bonkers to me. Misconduct in public office, without going into a full legal lecture, it is what the name implies. The public needs one clear explanation. Misconduct is in public office is a serious allegation because it's about abuse of public trust by someone holding high office, or any office, to be honest with you. And the Met's language on this matters. They've said they are reviewing whether reports meet the criminal threshold. Not the same thing as saying there's no case, but they're not saying he's innocent. And hopefully they will hit that threshold, because he looks pretty cut and dry to me. I don't know how he can defend himself on this. Labour membership's already gone. Sitting and participating in the Lords, it's possible to remove them or suspend them if they breach the rules. And don't forget, one of the rules that he broke was in Parliament. It wasn't like he was in City Hall or something doing this. He was in Parliament in the Lower House, in the House of Commons, when he was doing this. This is just insanity. So Starmer doesn't believe that he should be Starmer apparently believes that he shouldn't be a Lord, but the machinery of stopping someone from being a peer is slow by design, because it's an elite institution, isn't it? But just go back to Epstein for a moment. Unfortunately, we will move on. Like, Epstein wasn't just any criminal. He wasn't just any paedophile. He was a connector. He had his value to his friends wasn't friendship. It was access, introduction. It was money adjacent proximity, the kind of social leverage that flourishes when everyone wants plausible deniability. And he was like the honey trap for all these motherfuckers who went to his fucking island and hung out at all his disgusting resorts and did horrible things to women who had been trafficked, children who had been abused from an early age and forced to do horrific things to these disgusting, gruesome old men. And he got that. He got all the details off them and kept it all to himself because he knew he could use it. But isn't it horrible that so many of these men have been shown to have taken part in this? All these powerful men, they thought they could get away with it. They probably will actually get away with it, but at least we know now that they did it, or had something to do with it.
Yeah, I was going to say, they thought they can get away with it. They're literally getting away with it right now.
Yeah.
No one's showing up to arrest Donald Trump.
Yeah.
No one's showing up to arrest Elon Musk or Peter Mandelson.
Hey, did you hear about Trevor Noah?
The comedian.
Yes, the comedian, South African comedian. He used to host the Daily Show, didn't he, for a while?
Yeah.
He has made a joke about Donald Trump going onto Epstein's island, and Trump has threatened legal action over the joke.
All right, it's such a pointless. Okay.
Yeah.
It won't get heard. A judge will throw it out instantly. We're not litigating a joke. Yeah.
Well, I would hope so. Under the that First Amendment to the Constitution, that the MAGAs seem to think it was so important back in the day. I still remember. I'm old enough to remember when MAGAs used to go crazy for the Second Amendment, but now they're like, "Oh, it's all right if you get shot for having a gun by the government. The government can come and shoot me and my family for having guns."
Yeah,
I'm cool with it. We were probably
totally fine
threatening with that gun that was in its holster that we didn't touch.
Yeah.
But yeah, the real sad thing about all this is a lot of the stuff that's come out in these 3 fucking million pages of documents that have come out is, if no one goes down for it, if Mandelson stays on as a peer, which I don't think he will at this point, but let's see. If nobody faces a court case or jail time or whatever, in the end, all it will have done is just expose the victims, some of whom would have wanted to forget about this horrific ordeal in their lives, perhaps, resurfacing that trauma, resurfacing that PTSD that they've had for years because of these monsters still getting away with it. And so I think this is more traumatic for the victims than it is for the perpetrators at this point. But there's still more stuff to come out, and they're finding stuff every day. These documents are searchable, but for instance, Gordon Brown was referred to as G. So, good luck searching for that in 3 million documents. Control F, G.
Right.
So yeah, people will have to rifle through this stuff. It's going to take a while. But what's also interesting is that a lot of these documents are disappearing in real time.
In what sense?
They're getting taken down by the Department of Justice. There's certain documents that are being taken down.
It's almost as if they're figuring out, oh wait, there's this thing. We should really take this down.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
I don't either, Graham. Kind of over it. I just am. Oh, I just want to go to bed and forget about it. Just
okay. So according to our friend Dan Needle, who's a tax expert, who was threatened with being sued by Nadine Zahawi. Do you remember that? For saying that Nadine Zahawi probably needs to pay £5 million worth of back taxes.
Really?
And he said, "No, I'm going to sue you." I'm going to say he didn't in the end because he did have to pay that. There's more. On the 31st of March 2010, Lord Mandelson's principal private secretary sent him a note of a meeting between the Chancellor of the Exchequer and Larry Summers, the US Treasury Secretary. Lord Mandelson forwarded the note to Jeffrey Epstein 5 minutes later. That's it. He's got to go down. He's got to go down.
That's unacceptable.
Absolutely. Okay, Scott, let's call it a night.
Yes.
And where we can see him. Nice.
No hairy palms.
Now, Scott, before you go, I just want to remind you, because I've seen the T-shirts that you've just bought on the internet, right? You cannot wear that on this show, okay? You just can't. I know you're in the privileged position of being able to use that word, but you can't sit on my show and have that word on your T-shirt, okay?
I fell in love with the first one I showed you.
Promise?
Absolutely, of course.
Okay.
But the second one I bought, is actually would be acceptable. He's gonna have a look now. One of them would not be acceptable, but one of them would kind of be acceptable.
Where's the other picture?
There should be two.
Yeah. You can have that one. No, that's fine.
I think I might even get away with that one at work. Yeah. So, yeah.
Scott, no, don't. Just stop pushing it. Stop pushing it.
I'm in enough trouble.
You're in enough trouble as it is.
No one pulled me up on the middle-aged depressed homosexual T-shirt at work yet, but I'm sure they will one day when I wear it again. I actually have a T-shirt I've never worn, which is a picture of Rob Halford, and it actually says "Make Metal Gay Again," and I haven't worn that anywhere yet. Because I'm just thinking, where am I going to wear that? But I had to have it, and these T-shirts, I kind of really had to have them. I was in the gym. It just popped up in the gym on my Facebook. I was like, where are these T-shirts? The first one is the R slur in a kind of heavy metal, sort of black metal font. And then it's the Snickers logo with the F slur. Saw that. I thought it was just disgusting. I can't believe someone would actually print a T-shirt off like that. It's this close by. And then I saw.
I love the way when we talk about politics on here, you're sitting there going, "Oh, I'm so bored. I'm going to bed." And then as soon as you get to talk about your really quite offensive T-shirts, you like perk up and you're like, "Let me tell you about my fucked up T-shirt."
I'm going to tell you all about it.
I'm going to tell you all about it.
No, I am tired.
Okay. Well, I'll let you go. Before we do, big shout out to Liam and Hidden Knight and Lost Missionary Tim in the chat as well. Diz, obviously. Lovely Diz. And down our shed and Cavan Lad in there as well. We've also got Cymru and Phil Nelson and Chris C. One Angry Pagan. There's others, Sarah Chadwick there. Listen, if I miss you off the list, I'm sorry. I will try and pick up in future from where we left off. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. or probably about 9:05, knowing me. But like, try and get there around 9:00. Imagine I'm on LBC and you got the news, and then you got an ad break, and then I come on. There you go. And then I'm not technically, because it says on the schedule for LBC, it says 9 a.m. till 1 a.m. 1 p.m. It doesn't go for that long. 1 p.m. James O'Brien, and no one gives him shit for actually coming on at 9:05. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Give us a like on the way out. We like a like. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell notification to find out when we are going live. Until I see you again tomorrow morning for Morning Brew, which I'd like to say big thank you to my co-host, Scott Williams, our tamed American. And you watching this, thank you so much. Fucking love you. You are awesome. And until next time, hello, good evening, welcome, and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.